I'm Chad Gordon Higgins and I am a time-lapse specialist. I've joined the Earth Unplugged team here at Latitude Festival and I'm going to give you some tips and pointers how to do some simple time-lapses. There's 4 things you need to be a time-lapse cameraman. It's confidence. You can't change any of your shots. You've got to leave it and sit there and wait. You've got to be confident in yourself, but everything's going to be okay whatever happens. So the next thing you want to make sure that you've done is set your camera to manual. That's basically manual focus, manual exposure and aperture, and also the white balance. Obviously if you're in manual, it's all going to be set for you then. So the reason we do this is because if you left it focus on automatic, you get like a hunting shot. So it's trying to focus in between the photographs, and when you put it all together, it kind of, goes in and out. If you did leave it in automatic, shutter and aperture, it would result in this flickering in the image, which basically doesn't look great. It's due to the changes in light and the camera's trying to adjust for it. So just to remember, everything manual, focus, shutter, aperture, ISO, and also white balance as well, don't forget that. So thirdly, we can talk mathematics. Now what you're going to need to trigger your camera is an intervalometer. You could stand there all day, keep pressing it, but this makes life a hell of a lot easier. You can get these anywhere. Make sure you got the right one that fits your camera for a start. And the second thing you need to think about is how much time have you got? Are you going to be here all day? Have you got enough time for that? Or is it a little one-off thing? So you need to work that out as well. And the way you do that, frames times interval gives you the amount of seconds. And then divide that by 60 and that'll give you how many minutes you're going to be sat around for shooting your time lapse. So you've got 250 frames. Say you did a 5-second interval, so times 250 by 5, that's 1250. Divide that by 60 and that's 20.8 minutes you're going to be sat there doing your shot. Obviously that's going to change with different intervals. So my final tip is basically tripods. Make sure that your tripod is as safe as it can be. So in a situation like this, it's dangerous, there's loads of people walking around. If this one leg just moves 1 millimeter, you'll see it, your shot will move and it's kind of ruined. So you need to make sure nobody's walking in front of the camera or next to the tripod. So that's my tips and tricks for time-lapse. Now, to see the 2-dimensional time-lapse we did here in the forest at Latitude, click here. And also subscribe, which I highly recommend you do. I do, and it's amazing. Subscribe to the channel to see loads more amazing Earth Unplugged shots.